Welcome to Simple Commands. In this tutorial, the execute command will be discussed. This command might look complicated, but it is pretty easy. You use it to execute a command, but with some extra parameters. Here you can see that the output of execute run command the exact same output has as the command itself. The screams are coming from the command block, but that's not what we want. We want Karl to be screaming. We will now have Karl execute the command. But the sound still seems to be coming from the command blocks. This is because Karl is just executing the command. If we want the sound to come from him, we will have to execute the command at his location. We do this by adding an at parameter. Execute if block looks at one block. If the block above this command block is green wall, then Karl will scream. If it is not, he will not scream. Execute if blocks works in the same way, but is still very different. It looks at the blocks in between the first two coordinates and compares it with an area of an equal volume, of which the third coordinate is the northwest bottom corner. This command can, for example, be used to check if Karl is under a roof or not. The execute if data command looks at the data of an entity or a block. Here I use it to look if there's a green wool block inside of a chest. The execute if entity command is mostly used to check if an entity is nearby. Here, Karl screams if I walk too far. Execute if predicate looks if a predicate is true. Predicates are part of data packs and can be generated using an external tool. If you wish to use this, I will link a video explaining the process on how to create one of these. Here I am using one that checks if it's raining or not. Execute if score looks at an entity's score on a scoreboard. Here the goat yells if his score matches 10. Execute and changes the dimension the command is performed in. Watch out, this has not been divided by 8. execute positioned changes the location the command is performed at. This works like execute at, but with blocks. Execute unless works exactly as execute if. The results are only inverted. When teleporting Karl to myself, Karl teleports to my exact location. Using a line, the coordinates get rounded down. 4.8 becomes 4, 3.2 becomes 3, and minus 1.5 becomes minus 2. Rounded coordinates are always in the corner of blocks. This is why I added 0.5 to the coordinates. Those were the most used parameters for the execute command. Hopefully you learned something today. If you did, that's great. If you did not, you're either a command god or I am bad at tutorials. Me and Karl thank you for watching.